Welcome to the Socialize forecast, Tuesday, November 12th. I am so happy to be here. I can honestly say in the studio. Now that I have a light, I can call it a studio. We are underway. Things are really starting to evolve in the room, and they're evolving in the actual virtual studio as well. Really excited. We have a lot of people who have embraced it, and we have already kicked off, and we're being productive. Today, we had a Zoom webinar. This one was a free one for anybody who wanted to attend, where I talked about tricks and tips for going viral. And I really spent 2 days over the weekend analyzing different viral videos and what made them viral. So I really prepared and got in deep. And I am going to release a newsletter probably in a week or two, which is going to go through all the things that I learned during this little journey down viral lane, I'll call it. But it was so enlightening. The things that I realized when I really took the time and went video to video and analyzed, why is this one viral? Why did that one catch on? And there's definitely a theme. And I notice a theme, and I notice it over and over again when I see a video where it's like little tricks are done that you're not even aware of, because they're being done by different creators in different ways. So between hooks, relatable things, unique information, unique talents, inspirational things, motivational things, controversial topics, I went on such a ride this weekend, really digging in deep and preparing. And there was so much learning. So I have a lot I can break down and share with you. So I'm going to do that in a strategy newsletter. But I also noticed simple things like the trends, and how when a trend then takes a left-hand turn and someone does it differently, and how that then turns into somebody going viral. So the learning is just like, it's so deep that I feel like I need to spend an entire newsletter on it, which I'm going to do upcoming. But I also wanted to say that even though we might analyze and know, oh, I see why things are viral, it's still difficult to connect the dots from what you know works and how to do it in your own content. That is the challenge, because I think we can all say, oh, of course we know why that went viral, or because of this or that. But how do you use those tools in your own content? And that is what I'm focusing on with the people that I'm working with now. So the people who joined the studio, I'm doing weekly Zoom meetings. We're going to dig deep, analyze. I'm going to provide examples, creative examples, different strategies for how to execute the content so that you have a better chance of getting more views. I'm so in it. I don't know why I didn't do this before, but I'm so excited. Okay, let's get on to the trends for today. Sorry, but I'm not going to talk about this every time, but once in a while, I guess because I'm really excited about it right now. So I'm amped up to talk about it, but let's move on. And we are sponsored today by Socialize. I love the name. This is a social media planning platform where you can plan, schedule, and automate your social media posts in an intuitive platform. So it helps you increase engagement, grow your audience using analytics. And even if you're a small business or just a regular creator, it simplifies the strategy so that you get some results. So I recommend looking into it because they're offering a 14-day trial. So give it a try, give it a click, and see what you think. And I put the link in the show notes also, because I know it's in the newsletter, but it's also in the show notes. Okay, talk trends. So we have one, embarrassing things you do for content. This was a funny one, and I did this a while ago, and I'm still seeing it on the For You page. And when I say a while ago, I make myself laugh. Maybe a week ago. It seems like it was like a month ago in content creation terms, but it's only been about a week. And it's where you're doing something embarrassing for creating content, and then suddenly the music goes off and you realize how ridiculous it is without music. So for me, I was on the street pointing to the text over my head about how I was embarrassing Julie by making content in public. And then when the music goes off, you can hear the people walking and people, making fun of me passing by. So that's a nice fun one, nice and easy. We have another one called That's My Life, and you can romanticize your life. This is a CapCut template. We love those because they make content creation easy. You just click and add your videos and you have a video. So it takes no time. You can't have any excuse if you say, oh, I can't think of anything. There are CapCut templates right at your fingertips, and you should take advantage of them. So click on that one and give it a try. And now for the Instagram trends. And I love this one because I'm still seeing them on TikTok as well. The suspect, where you have the suspect running and the person filming is saying something about the suspect. And the idea is that you don't tell the person what you're going to say, and you do it while they're running so that they just hear it for the first time and have an authentic reaction to it. So that's key. And a lot of people are doing this with their little kids, and they are so funny. I will always stop and watch one of these when it's a little kid. So if you have a little kid, take advantage. And if not, find someone to try it with. I was thinking about trying to do it myself. I did see one creator was, he somehow tried to record herself running, and she said, when you have no suspect doesn't have anybody to make TikTok videos, so she's making them by herself. And it was so funny. But anyway, you can also do it where might ask a stranger to film me and just say something. I don't know. I might have to do something with this because I haven't tackled it yet, and it's just too much of a fun one. And the next one is this rosé. It's a catchy bop that has been all over social media, and it's basically you can create a fun video of you getting distracted with how good the song is. So you might be doing something, then you're just distracted because the music's playing 24/7 in your head, and it's a great song. So if you don't know it, give it a try. Okay, now let's get to the original content ideas. I love the first one because there's so many things I want to tell my teenage self. I wish I would only go back if I could go back with all the knowledge I have now, because I would never go back if I had a choice to go back. It would only be if I could take the knowledge with me because there is so much learning, and especially at this age, the things I could tell my teenage self. So this is a fun one. Make a video looking back on something you wish you knew as a teenager, or it could be something that you never anticipated your life being like. There's so many fun things you can do with this if you're creative or you're willing to just share openly about something that, I don't know, maybe could be really relatable for someone else. And the next one is social media made me do it, made me buy it, made me feel it, made me realize. And this one, fill in the blank, but you have to be honest with yourself. Social media has changed something in your life. It either has taught you something, it has made you purchase something, whatever. So if you have no ideas for content this week, try a social media made me and see how it goes for you. And the next one is getting your DIY on. And this is similar where I'm doing a DIY project in here. Can you imagine? I sewed curtains this weekend. I don't even know. And I was so upset with myself because I didn't have the right thread. And I was like so determined I was going to do it that I didn't stop and go get the right thread to come home. I just didn't have the time to go to the store to get the thread. So I just powered through with the wrong thread. And I made myself some rainbow style curtains. They're like a flow of color. I won't even say rainbow. It's more like a flow of pastel colors that I'm going to put now in front of closets that I have over here to my left. So we'll be revealing those soon. I am excited that I did it. Am I proud of the workmanship? Probably not. However, I did figure if I hang them and I like the vibe, they're long enough that I could, because I didn't hem them because it's made of mesh, so I can just cut to the length that I want them. So after I hang them, I'm going to cut them. But if I hang them and I am not happy with the workmanship when it's on the curtain rod here, then I know I can just redo it and then I can cut it after I do it the second time. So I think I left myself enough room. So that's just a little DIY project. I don't know, I got off track, but that's my DIY project for this week. And I was bent over the sewing machine and practically in the dark, determined to finish all the panels of this pastel rainbow that I'm creating. Well, I can't wait to share. I think by next week, I should be, maybe even by Friday if the rod gets here, because I ordered it online. I may be able to show it in the Friday session. So come back and see my DIY project. I should make a video about it. All right, now for this week, the featured tutorial is about speaking videos, because I am, with all the people asking me about the teleprompter thing. Oh, what teleprompter app should I use and this and that? And I'm such a stickler for making content feel real, and I hate a teleprompter. I can't even read from a teleprompter myself. When I try it, I was trying to make a tutorial, and I was like, I sound ridiculous. I can't even make it sound normal when I'm reading from a teleprompter, and I feel that I'm pretty seasoned at making content. And if I can't do it, I'm not going to tell you to do it. So what I did was I made a video instead saying, here's a great way to record your speaking videos if you know you want to do a kind of a scripty thing, but you don't want to use a teleprompter. And here's why you shouldn't use a teleprompter. I did add that in there. And I made a tutorial that shows you how to record, how to keep the camera running, just pause yourself for a second and then go, and then keep the camera rolling, and then how to edit it. And I do, and it's, of course, that one got a lot of traction. It's got like 50,000 views now, maybe something like that, because it's something people need. You need to know how to do a basic speaking edit. Do not drone on and on like I do on these podcasts unedited. Don't post that on social media. Sorry, over here droning on and on. All right, so check that tutorial out if you're interested. Now let me answer some questions. All right. So first question for this week is, if I click on collaboration, will my video show up on that other person's account? And the answer is, yes, it will. And that's the good news, because it will have you sharing the views to your audience and that person's audience. The problem is they have to accept the collaboration. So just you clicking collaborate doesn't automatically mean that it's going up on their page. They have to review and then accept. Once they accept, it will be on their feed and your feed. And this works really well on Instagram, and now it's on TikTok for a lot of people. But I will tell you, if you are trying to do something with the TikTok shop, or if you're monetizing your content, the only person who gets paid is the first person who originated the post. So if it goes, you collaborate with someone, they're not going to earn money on views for that video, only you. And the same thing goes with the shop. If you put a shop thing on there, they're not going to get half the shop sales. So be mindful of that, or just be aware. Next question, is it good to post lifestyle content interspersed with my shop videos? Okay, now there's a few schools of thought on this. I've noticed a creator who does strictly shop videos, and therefore every once in a while she has a shop video that does pretty well because all of her content are shop videos. And so she leans into that lane. So that's one strategy of staying in the lane. If you're posting shop videos, just post shop videos. The other school of thought is, and this goes for a niche or shop videos. So if you're shop videos, or you have a niche that you always post about. But if you go out of the lane and you say, oh, I'm going to post something, maybe I'm going to do a fun trend today, or maybe I'm just going to do something funny or something poignant that happened to me over the weekend or something. If you post that, it's probably not going to get the same type of traction, or maybe you'll get more, because if you're doing shop videos and then you post something that's not a shop video, you might more likely get better views, because TikTok doesn't always push out the shop videos. So you never know. And the same with Instagram. The minute it's a promoted thing, sometimes the views are less. That also answers something in the next question I have coming up. But if you post lifestyle content, I always say it's a good idea to tie it in somehow to the other content that you're doing. So in my case, for example, if I'm doing a trend or if I'm doing something out and about, I might relate it to being a TikTok teacher or being a social media expert or something like that, or like a trend when I meet someone on the street and then I start telling them that I teach TikTok. So my thing is, when you're trying to grow your audience, it's good to keep things somewhat in the topic of what your page is, unless you really don't care, in which case post whatever the heck you want. Because I did that. I do a little of both. Sometimes I stick in the topic, and sometimes I just post something random, like I'm at an event and I'm having a good time and I just want to share it. So if you stay in your lane, hard focused, is there a chance that you could grow faster and you can get more traction more quickly? Yes. But is it enough fun for you to keep you going? Like, if you're not having that much fun doing it day in and day out, after a while you're going to fizzle out, or your content's going to reflect your vibe. So I think that you should always make sure you're enjoying whatever it is you're posting about. So that way you want to keep going and your joy comes through the screen. I don't even know if I answered the question correctly, but I'm giving you my opinion. Next one is, I have a business account, and as soon as I add a product tag, my views go down versus when I just post something funny. Yes, this is definitely a headache. And this is a headache for a lot of brands who promote their content, and then the promoted content never does well. A lot of influencers, the minute they do promoted content, they don't have the best views. So it's a balance, and you have to really play with the balance, and you have to really accept and hope that maybe the funny video that got a lot of views will get more people to your page looking at your other videos. There's always a percentage of people who see a good video and go to the person's profile. There's a small percentage of people, by the way, not a lot of people do it. A small percentage will like a video and say, oh, I want to see what else this creator has. And they'll tap on the username. So that percentage of people is what you're hoping for, because then you can rope them in with the funny, unrelated video, and then they see your other thing and they're like, oh, I really like her. Maybe I'll buy something from her. Or oh, I really like him. He's so funny. And let's see what else his page is about. And you could decide, do you want to follow along or not? So that is the challenge. And that's a challenge not only on business accounts, that's also a challenge on regular personal accounts and creator accounts, because not everything is going to go viral. You have to know that in between your views. Okay. Let's do it again. So that's the basic. So that's okay. And that's not just the case on business accounts. That goes for personal accounts, creator accounts as well. You might have great views on one video and then all of a sudden not great views on another video, whether or not it's promoted content or not. There's a wave of content creation. And like I always say, there's a lot of surfers out there floating about, and then only one of them is going to catch that wave. So you have to keep paddling until you get a wave. That's what you got to do. Be relentless. And that's all I've got for today. And I hope to see you on Friday. We're going to tackle a topic again. Like I said on Friday, we're going to either tackle the viral topic or speaking videos. Not sure what we're going to tackle on Friday. I will make a decision and we'll be back then. Okay. Have a great week. Thanks for being here. As always, leave a review if you enjoyed it, and have a great week. I hope it's very productive and creative.